My beloved child, before you move away from this moment, listen with an open heart because something has been quietly unfolding around you for far longer than you realize. Someone has been carrying feelings they never expected to have. It surprised them, challenged them, and even made them question themselves because of the age difference between you. Yet every time they tried to ignore what they felt, your kindness, your character, and your quiet strength stayed on their mind. This is not about appearances. It is about a connection they cannot easily explain. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What you are about to hear is not the ending of the story, it is only the first hidden page that has finally been revealed. There have been moments you thought were ordinary, but someone else remembered every single one of them. A simple smile, a few words, an unexpected act of compassion, those moments became unforgettable. They never cared about the numbers that separated your birthdays as much as they cared about the peace they felt whenever you were near. They have remained silent because they feared misunderstanding, rejection, and the opinions of others. But silence cannot hide what continues to grow inside the heart forever. The reason this message found you today is because sometimes the greatest turning points begin with a truth that has remained unspoken for too long. Don't skip, because the next revelation will make everything you thought was random begin to fit together. You may believe this is only another story, but every meaningful journey begins with one unexpected moment that changes the direction of everything. Someone is standing at the edge of a decision that could reshape both of your lives, yet they are waiting for one final sign before taking that step. What they have discovered about you has removed every doubt they once carried. The age difference no longer feels like the obstacle they once believed it to be. Instead, they see qualities that time cannot measure: faithfulness, wisdom, compassion, and quiet courage. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because what is about to happen next will reveal why this connection has remained impossible for either of you to forget. A quiet change has already begun inside the heart of the person who has been thinking about you. Every day they tell themselves to move on, yet every day they find another reason they cannot. They have replayed conversations, remembered small details, and wondered whether there was a deeper purpose behind every encounter. The age difference once seemed like an impossible wall, but now they have started to see something far more important than numbers. They have begun to admire the person you are becoming. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next part of this story uncovers why their silence has lasted so long and what finally pushed them to stop running from their own feelings. There is another piece of this story that no one around them fully understands. They have been afraid of judgment, afraid that others would misunderstand what they feel before they ever had the chance to explain it. That fear kept every word locked away, even while their respect and affection continued to grow. Sometimes they almost reached out, only to stop themselves at the last second. Sometimes they convinced themselves the moment had passed, only to find themselves thinking about you again. They have reached a point where pretending nothing exists has become harder than facing the truth. Don't skip, because what happens next could become the moment that changes everything they believed about this connection. Now the story is moving toward a turning point. The questions they have carried for so long are becoming impossible to ignore, and the distance created by uncertainty is beginning to disappear. What seemed impossible yesterday suddenly feels closer than ever before. Not because everything has been decided, but because courage is slowly replacing fear. The next revelation will explain why this connection refuses to fade and why the timing of this message matters to the story you are hearing today. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The most unexpected chapter has not been revealed yet. There comes a moment in every unforgettable story when silence can no longer carry the weight of the truth. That moment is drawing closer. The person who has hidden these feelings has started noticing signs they once ignored. Every coincidence now feels meaningful to them. Every unexpected meeting, every familiar place, every brief conversation has made them wonder whether they have been delaying something that deserves to be spoken aloud. The age difference that once filled them with hesitation has slowly lost its power because they have realized genuine admiration is built on character, not numbers alone. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next revelation uncovers the choice that has been growing inside their heart. While you have been living your life, they have been quietly preparing themselves to become more courageous. They have stopped asking whether others would approve and started asking whether they would regret remaining silent forever. That single question has changed everything. They are no longer searching for the perfect moment, they are searching for the right words. They want to be understood, not because they expect an answer immediately, but because carrying this secret has become heavier than they ever imagined. There is one detail they have never shared with anyone, and when it finally comes to light, every earlier moment will seem different. Don't skip, because the story is approaching the point where uncertainty begins to give way to clarity. The next chapter is unlike anything before it. A decision is forming that neither fear nor hesitation can delay forever. What once seemed impossible is becoming a real possibility, not through pressure or promises, but through honesty and respect. The path ahead is still unwritten, yet something important is about to be revealed that explains why this connection has remained unforgettable despite every obstacle. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The most surprising part of this journey has been saved for what comes next. The story has now reached the moment where hesitation and hope stand face to face. The person who has quietly carried these feelings has finally understood that waiting forever will never answer the questions inside their heart. They have spent countless moments wondering whether the age difference mattered more than the connection they felt, but every reflection brought them back to the same place, you. Not because everything is certain, but because some people leave an impression that time cannot erase. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What comes next is the reason this journey has unfolded exactly the way it has. There is one final realization they can no longer ignore. They have stopped focusing on what others might think and started focusing on what is true to them. They admire your kindness, your patience, and the calm confidence you carry through life's challenges. Those qualities have become stronger than every doubt that once held them back. They know that respect must always come before emotion and honesty must always come before expectation. That is why the next step they are preparing to take is one they hope will be remembered for sincerity rather than surprise. Don't skip, because the next chapter reveals the unexpected moment that has been quietly approaching from the very beginning. As this chapter closes, the distance between silence and truth has never been smaller. A conversation that once seemed impossible is now closer than ever, and the reason behind every hidden feeling is about to become clearer than before. Whether this connection becomes a lasting friendship, a meaningful relationship, or simply an unforgettable lesson, it is about to move beyond unspoken thoughts. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next part reveals the moment when everything that has remained hidden finally begins to come into the light. The moment they have imagined so many times is no longer something that lives only in their thoughts. They have reached a place where silence feels heavier than honesty. Every reason they once used to hide their feelings has slowly faded, replaced by a quiet determination to be genuine. They are not looking for perfection, and they are not chasing a fantasy. They simply want the chance to express what has been growing in their heart for so long. The age difference that once seemed impossible has become only one small detail in a much bigger story about respect, admiration, and sincere affection. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is another truth they have never spoken aloud. They have been paying attention to the way you treat people when no one is watching. They noticed your patience during difficult moments, your kindness without expecting anything in return, and your strength even when life became challenging. Those qualities have made a deeper impression than appearances ever could. They have realized that real connection is built through character, trust, and understanding. That realization has changed the direction of every thought they once had. Don't skip, because the next revelation explains why they believe this meeting was never as ordinary as it first appeared. Now the story is standing at the edge of its biggest turning point yet. Someone who once promised themselves they would never reveal these feelings is beginning to believe that the opportunity may finally be here. They are gathering the courage to replace uncertainty with honesty, knowing that whatever happens, speaking the truth is better than wondering, what if, forever. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter uncovers the unexpected event that gives them the confidence to finally take the first step. A single unexpected moment is about to change the direction of this story. The person who has kept these feelings hidden has begun to notice that every path seems to lead back to you. What once felt like coincidence now feels impossible to ignore. They have stopped asking whether they should forget you and started asking whether they will regret never speaking at all. The age difference no longer overshadows the respect they have for who you are. Instead, it has become a reminder that genuine admiration often grows in ways no one expects. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next piece of this story reveals why they believe the right moment is finally drawing near. There is something they have never admitted, not even to themselves until recently. Every time they imagined their future, your presence somehow found its way into that picture. They tried to convince themselves it would fade with time, but the feeling only became clearer. They are not rushing because they value honesty over impulse, and they refuse to let fear decide the ending of this chapter. They have quietly prepared themselves for whatever answer life may bring, because keeping everything locked away has become the hardest choice of all. Don't skip, because one small event is about to give them the confidence they have been searching for. The journey is now approaching the point where hidden emotions can no longer remain hidden forever. A conversation that once seemed impossible is closer than either of you realizes. Every unanswered question, every meaningful glance, and every unforgettable memory has been leading toward this very moment. Whether this becomes the beginning of something new or simply a truth that needed to be spoken, the next chapter will reveal why this connection has remained so powerful despite every obstacle. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The most surprising revelation of this entire story is still waiting just ahead. The closer this story moves toward its turning point, the more impossible it becomes to ignore what has been growing beneath the surface. The person who has quietly carried these feelings has reached a place where fear no longer feels stronger than hope. They have realized that some opportunities only come once, and if they remain silent now, they may spend years wondering how everything could have been different. The age difference that once filled their thoughts has become far less important than the respect, admiration, and peace they feel whenever you come to mind. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next revelation uncovers the reason they believe this moment arrived at exactly the right time. There is a memory they return to again and again. It was an ordinary moment that seemed insignificant to everyone else, yet it changed everything for them. A simple conversation, a genuine smile, or an act of kindness became the proof they needed that your heart was unlike anyone else's. Since that day, they have carried one quiet hope, that someday they would find the courage to tell you the truth. They know they cannot predict the future, but they also know that honesty is better than endless uncertainty. Don't skip, because the next step they are preparing to take is one they once believed they would never have the courage to make. Now the story stands at the edge of its most emotional chapter yet. The silence that protected them for so long is beginning to disappear, replaced by a determination to speak with sincerity and respect. Every unanswered question has led to this point, and every hidden feeling has been preparing for what comes next. Whether this becomes the beginning of a beautiful new chapter or simply a heartfelt truth finally spoken, one thing is certain: the story is about to change forever. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter reveals the unexpected sign that finally convinces them it is time to stop hiding and start being honest. Everything has been leading toward one unforgettable moment. The person who has kept these emotions hidden is no longer searching for reasons to stay silent, they are searching for the right opportunity to be honest. They have come to understand that the age difference does not define the value of a person's heart, their character, or the respect they have for someone. What truly stayed with them was the way you inspired calm, hope, and confidence without even realizing it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next revelation explains why they believe this chance may never come again if they let it pass. A quiet decision has already been made within them. They are preparing themselves to step beyond fear and speak with complete sincerity, knowing they cannot control the outcome but they can control their honesty. They are not expecting perfection, nor are they asking for instant answers. What matters most to them is that the truth is finally heard instead of remaining locked away forever. Every delay, every moment of uncertainty, and every unanswered question has strengthened their resolve rather than weakened it. Don't skip, because there is one final piece of the story they have never shared with anyone, and it changes the meaning of everything that came before. Now the journey is standing just before its greatest reveal. The silence that once protected their feelings has almost reached its end, and the distance between hidden emotions and spoken words has never been smaller. They believe that whatever happens next, living with honesty is better than living with endless what-ifs. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter uncovers the surprising reason they believe your paths crossed at exactly the moment they were meant to, and why this story is only beginning. The moment they have imagined so many times is now closer than ever before. For a long time they believed that staying silent was the safest choice, but every passing day has convinced them that some truths deserve to be spoken with kindness and respect. The age difference that once seemed like the biggest obstacle has slowly become the smallest part of the story. What continues to matter is the peace they feel whenever they think about you and the admiration they have for the person you are. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next revelation uncovers why they believe this chapter could become one of the most meaningful moments of their life. There is something they have never told another soul. Before making any decision, they spent countless hours reflecting on whether these feelings were genuine or simply temporary. Time gave them the answer they were searching for. Instead of fading, their respect continued to grow stronger with every memory, every conversation, and every reminder of your character. They no longer see this as a passing emotion but as something worth expressing honestly and carefully. They have decided that no matter what happens next, they would rather be remembered for their sincerity than for the words they never had the courage to say. Don't skip, because what happens next changes the direction of this entire story. Now everything is pointing toward a single conversation that could remove every unanswered question. The waiting is almost over, and the silence that has hidden this truth for so long is beginning to disappear. They are preparing themselves to take one careful step forward, hoping that honesty will open the door to understanding instead of uncertainty. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter reveals the unexpected moment that finally gives them the confidence to speak from the heart, bringing this remarkable journey closer to its unforgettable conclusion. The waiting has almost reached its end. The person who has quietly carried these feelings has finally accepted that no perfect moment will ever appear on its own. They understand that honesty requires courage, and courage often begins with one simple step. Every doubt that once surrounded the age difference has been replaced by something much stronger, a deep respect for your heart, your values, and the calm strength you bring wherever you go. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final pieces of this story are about to come together in a way neither of you could have imagined. As they prepare to speak, they are not thinking about winning anyone over or changing your life overnight. Their only desire is to let the truth be known with kindness and sincerity. They believe that genuine feelings should never be hidden forever simply because of fear or the opinions of others. Looking back, they now realize every unexpected meeting, every shared smile, and every memorable conversation helped them discover what truly mattered. Those moments were never forgotten, and today they have become the reason they are finally ready to move forward. Don't skip, because the next revelation explains why they believe this conversation could become the beginning of an entirely new chapter. Now the story stands only one step away from its conclusion. The silence that lasted so long is about to give way to honesty, and the uncertainty that once filled every thought is beginning to fade. Whatever happens next, this person has chosen authenticity over regret, believing that speaking from the heart is always better than wondering what might have been. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final chapter will reveal the moment everything hidden is finally brought into the light, completing the journey that began with a single unspoken feeling. The journey that began with quiet thoughts has finally reached the moment where nothing needs to remain hidden any longer. The person who has carried these feelings for so long has discovered that true admiration is never measured by age, distance, or the opinions of others. It is measured by sincerity, respect, and the courage to be honest. They are no longer waiting for a perfect sign because they have realized that every step of this story has already prepared them for this moment. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What happens now is the answer to every question that has been building since the very beginning. When they finally choose to speak, there are no dramatic promises and no impossible expectations. There are only honest words, spoken with humility and genuine respect. They simply want you to know that your kindness changed their perspective, your strength inspired their confidence, and your character gave them the courage to believe that meaningful connections are built on understanding rather than appearances. Whatever response awaits them, they have already decided that living truthfully is better than hiding behind endless uncertainty. Don't skip, because one final revelation remains, a realization that changes the meaning of this entire journey. As this chapter comes to a close, remember that some stories begin with a single unexpected encounter and grow through patience, honesty, and quiet courage. The greatest surprise was never the age difference, it was discovering a connection that neither person expected to matter so deeply. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final chapter reveals why this story was never just about feelings. It was about finding the courage to let truth replace fear and allowing a new beginning to become possible. What began as a quiet feeling has now become a story of courage. The person who once questioned every emotion has finally found peace in one simple truth: they no longer want fear to write the ending. The age difference that seemed so important at first has faded into the background because what remained constant was the respect they held for your heart. They realized that genuine connections are built through kindness, patience, trust, and understanding. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest revelation was never hidden in dramatic moments, it was hidden in the quiet realization that some people enter your life for a reason you cannot immediately see. Looking back, every conversation, every unexpected meeting, and every unforgettable memory now feels like a piece of a much larger picture. Nothing happened exactly when they expected, yet everything arrived at the right time for them to understand what truly mattered. They no longer see this journey as something to fear but as something to appreciate, because it taught them the value of honesty over hesitation. Whatever the future holds, they know that speaking with sincerity is always better than wondering what could have been. Don't skip, because the real message of this story is not about chasing someone. It is about having the courage to let the truth be known with respect and dignity. As this journey reaches its conclusion, remember that the strongest connections are not defined by numbers, appearances, or the opinions of others. They are built through character, compassion, and mutual respect. Sometimes life places two people on the same path so they can learn, grow, and discover something meaningful about themselves and each other. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. And perhaps the biggest surprise of all is realizing that the most important step was never the destination, it was finding the courage to move forward with an honest heart. There is one final thought that has quietly echoed through this entire journey. The person who has been carrying these feelings has realized that real admiration is never about changing someone or asking them to become someone else. It is about appreciating who they already are. That understanding brought them a sense of peace they had never experienced before. The uncertainty that once filled every day has slowly been replaced with quiet confidence, because they now know that honesty spoken with respect is never wasted. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The closing moments of this story reveal the lesson that was hidden from the very beginning. As they look back, they no longer focus on the age difference or the obstacles they once imagined. Instead, they remember every moment that revealed your patience, your kindness, and your ability to make others feel valued. Those memories became stronger than every fear they carried. They understand that no one can predict how another person will respond, but they also know that living with unanswered questions can become a heavier burden than speaking the truth. That is why they have chosen courage over hesitation and sincerity over silence. Don't skip, because the final piece of this story is not about a dramatic ending, it is about discovering the freedom that comes from being genuine. Now this chapter gently comes to its close, leaving behind a reminder that some of life's most meaningful moments begin with a single honest conversation. Whatever the future may hold for these two people, the greatest victory has already taken place. The fear that once kept everything hidden no longer has the final word. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Sometimes the greatest surprise is not finding someone who understands your heart, but finding the courage to let your own heart be seen. A new chapter begins the moment fear loses its voice. The person who once stood at a distance, wondering if they should ever reveal what was in their heart, has finally discovered that the greatest risk was never the age difference. It was allowing a meaningful connection to remain hidden forever. Every hesitation has slowly transformed into quiet confidence, and every unanswered question has become a reason to value honesty even more. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What comes next is not about chance, it is about a heart that has finally chosen truth over silence. There is something remarkable they have learned throughout this journey. Genuine admiration is patient. It does not demand, it does not rush, and it does not seek to prove itself through grand gestures. Instead, it grows through respect, trust, and sincere intentions. That is why they are approaching this moment with calmness rather than pressure. They believe that the strongest connections are built when two people are free to understand each other without fear or expectations. Looking back, they now realize that every delay taught them wisdom, and every quiet moment prepared them for this one. Don't skip, because the final revelation is closer than ever, and it explains why this story unfolded exactly as it did. Now only one chapter remains before everything comes together. The uncertainty that once clouded every thought is fading, replaced by a sense of clarity that neither of you expected at the beginning of this journey. No matter how the story continues, one truth will remain unchanged: courage always begins with one honest step. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final chapter will reveal the lasting message behind this unforgettable journey and why the greatest discovery was never about age, it was about recognizing the value of a sincere heart. The final chapter has arrived, and everything that has been hidden now comes into focus. This journey was never truly about an age difference. It was about discovering that respect, kindness, and sincerity can speak louder than fear. The person who quietly admired you has reached a place where they no longer want to live with unanswered questions. They have chosen honesty because they believe that genuine feelings deserve to be expressed with dignity and care. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest revelation is not that someone developed feelings for you, it is that courage has finally become stronger than hesitation. As they prepare to move forward, they carry no expectations, only gratitude for the lessons this journey has taught them. They have learned that meaningful connections are never built on appearances alone. They grow through patience, understanding, and the quiet moments that reveal a person's true character. Looking back, every unexpected meeting, every shared smile, and every conversation became part of a story that neither of you could fully understand at the time. Now those moments make sense. They were not random memories, they were reminders that the most valuable relationships begin with authenticity. Don't skip, because the real message was never about chasing an outcome, it was about choosing truth instead of lifelong regret. As this story comes to its close, remember one thing above all else: every meaningful chapter begins when fear no longer decides the ending. Whether two paths continue together or simply leave behind a lasting lesson, honesty will always have value. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. And perhaps the greatest surprise of all is realizing that the strongest connections are not defined by age, but by mutual respect, genuine character, and the courage to let your true heart be known. Even after the story seems complete, one final truth remains. The greatest turning points in life are often quiet. They do not arrive with noise or certainty. They arrive when someone decides to stop hiding behind fear and starts living with honesty. The person who has carried these feelings has realized that the age difference was never the real challenge. The real challenge was finding the courage to honor what they genuinely felt without allowing doubt to silence them. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final lesson of this journey is more valuable than any surprise that came before. Looking back, every moment now carries a different meaning. Every unexpected conversation, every shared smile, and every memory that seemed ordinary became part of a larger picture that only became clear with time. This journey has shown that meaningful connections are built through respect, patience, and sincerity rather than appearances or assumptions. Whatever happens after this moment, they know they have chosen the path they can look back on without regret. They understand that true courage is not found in knowing the outcome, it is found in being willing to speak with kindness even when the future remains uncertain. Don't skip, because the heart of this message has been waiting to reveal itself from the very beginning. Now the journey reaches its quiet conclusion. The greatest discovery was never simply that someone had fallen in love. It was that fear no longer had the power to keep the truth hidden. Whether this connection grows into something beautiful or remains a meaningful chapter in both lives, it has already accomplished something remarkable. It has transformed silence into honesty and uncertainty into hope. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Sometimes the most unforgettable ending is not the one filled with dramatic moments, but the one where a sincere heart finally finds the courage to be seen.